Hey guys, welcome to Film Freaks.
A show for film, fun, and all things entertainment.
I'm Gabby Flores.
And I'm Abby Flores. And today we are reviewing the super anticipated, oh my goodness, big hype. Almost feels like start of the summer blockbuster, Black Panther. So it's been quite the build-up for Black Panther, and I was a little nervous that maybe it was getting a little overhyped, but we went to go see it, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
So right on, let's just start off with some of the things that you liked.
I mean, kind of everything, honestly.
Right.
Like, it was just such an awesome feel to the movie. I mean, the wardrobes were like spectacular. There was an awesome female presence and everything with all the female warriors.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, everything was cool. Everything, like his armor, like his panther suit and everything, like how that like built up the kinetic energy and then he could use it back. Like I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But yeah, I mean, there's really nothing that I stood out that I was like, I don't like this. What about you? What did you like?
Yeah, some of the relationships, they had a lot of cool ones in there, and I really enjoyed watching him and his sister go back and forth.
Yeah,
and
they were great.
To me, that was the one that I don't know if it stood out, but the one that I walked away with the most, and I was like, I really enjoyed watching their interactions back and forth. I loved his female guards that he had. Like, they didn't really show like his army or the Wakandan army much. So I'm assuming that it's all females, or maybe that's just like the royal guard. I don't know. But they were some BAs right there. Like, those girls do not mess around and they know how to fight.
Yeah.
So I love seeing that. And I loved Claw. Like, his character cracked me up. He's just so crazy, over the top, just do whatever the heck I want type of dude. So he had me rolling because he's just off the wall type of character. So I really enjoyed him. If I'm gonna pinpoint, really the only thing that I'd say that was bad was the CGI. And I think because it was so heavy in the film, I don't know if that just because they couldn't put a lot more time or more resources in it, that there was, a lot of parts where it just didn't look the greatest. But I mean, the movie overall was still very good. So if we get into the story of the film, I think that to me was probably, that and the performances. But the story was really the strongest part. I loved how you got to see Prince T'Challa, who became king, and his journey as like, what am I supposed to be as a king, or what does this look like for me to lead Wakanda? And I loved watching that. And then when you threw in the whole story of his cousin, Killmonger, and how he felt growing up in the outside world and knowing that Wakanda had all these resources to help, like, it was such a cool dynamic where you get Killmonger and how he views the world and what he thinks is right. And then you get King T'Challa over here who, he has more of a well-rounded, sturdy kind of mind, but not sure how to go about it. So I love the dynamic that they showed with the opposite opposing and how they were, how that flowed.
Yeah.
So what would you say about the story?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like, you have two very different spectrums and of like kind of their thought, but it was very interesting to see, how the king's like internal struggle of like knowing that this is wrong and this is what's always been done, but wanting to do something different than Killmonger. Like, Killmonger was like, let's go and conquer and show him who's boss and stuff. And like, while the king was more like, I think there's a different way to do it and stuff. So it's just a very interesting like play on like two different spectrums that, I mean, you can also see, you know, heavily in today. So it was definitely a big, you know, statement movie for sure. And which is awesome, you know, like it fits right into current events and what's going on in today's world and everything.
Yeah, and I love that T'Challa wasn't so sure of himself. Like he didn't know really what to do or which way to go.
Yeah.
So then as he went on this journey, and you just kind of saw him kind of evolve and really grow into the role. And I really feel that once Killmonger, and you see it in the movie, once he came into the role and he kind of was shown more truth of his family, that really kind of put him on the right path to say, you know, this is how things have done, and he knew that it wasn't right. Like the scene where he kind of went back and he saw his dad and the rest of the elders, and that kind of was that coming of age moment for himself, where he really showed like this isn't right, and I love that scene. So it was just good. I love seeing both sides of that, and how well it just played together.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Another great thing, honestly, was the music. Like, I love the music, like you know, you have the African vibe going on, like the super traditional, like what you think about African music, and then you also have like hip hop thrown in there and everything. And I just think that it was like
such a great contrast.
Awesome, like contrast and like a mesh of everything. Yeah. Like, it was just really cool. Like, you know, it kind of played into anybody, you know, both sides real well and everything. So it was awesome.
Yeah, and then going right into the performances, like I really enjoyed that as well. I mean, I already touched on Black Panther and King T'Challa and his journey. I loved every aspect of that. I loved the way he interacted with his general, the way he interacted with his love interest, with his sister. Just the whole tribal scenes and how they kind of interacted, and that the court that he had there, and in the throne room. And I mean, Killmonger was just, had such a presence to him.
Definitely.
That you didn't spend that much time with him, but like when he was there, it wasn't wasted time. Like,
Definitely
you just really got into the character and what he had, and I love that because, you know, as many people know, Marvel doesn't always have the strongest villains, and this is definitely one of the top ones up there. Yeah, it was just great seeing that, because I wasn't too sure of his character and like how to feel until the moment where Claw had that girl and he just straight up killed
her. Like that, like solidified him as like, I have a mission. Like this girl, I don't care. Like she's bad.
Right. So he was totally just playing the part to get what he wanted, and I'm like, wow, to me, that's just the moment where I was like, okay, this guy is for real.
Yeah.
Once he gets into Wakanda, you just see him, and he's all of him, and he's right there. So it was good. The performances were great. Yeah. I mean, so the story, I definitely would give it a 4. I love what would you rate the?
I agree. Yeah. Completely a 4. It was, I mean, it was outstanding.
Yeah, the story was great. And then as performances, I'm going to give that a 5 because I really loved everything that I got from the characters and everything that they gave me. And then going into the visuals, I love the tech. I like the look of it. I love everything that they gave us. The way Wakanda feel, the suit, all the stuff that they were doing was just so visually pleasing and stunning. You know, I never once did anything kind of take me out of the film. I was in it the whole time. The fighting styles, everything. You know, the people of the mountains, just the whole visuals of this film. A lot of it was a lot of eye candy, even though some of the CGI wasn't the greatest. Because of that, I'm going to give it just a solid 3 because I think it was good across the board. You know, if it was a lot sharper and cleaner with a lot of stuff, I'd give it higher. But because of what you know, just because of some of those lacking things, I'm going to give it a solid 3.
Yeah. I would think, you know, honestly, just because, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm not as, like, savvy with CGI, but I'd give it a 4 on mine. And what came before? Because you skipped me.
Oh, did I? With the performances?
Performances, yeah. I mean, I would give them a 5. Like, I literally think that they were amazing.
Yeah,
like, they
really
all were, apparently there was like 1 or 2 times with the king, like his accent slipped.
I didn't really
But
notice
I didn't notice it at all, and I thought that everyone was so like true to their character and did like, I mean, better than you could have even expected.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I mean, for me, 8 is at 12, right? 5, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so 12 for me and then 13 for you.
Yeah.
So I mean, a 12 out of 15, 13 out of 15. I mean, it's such a solid film.
Definitely.
I mean, for me, I still love the Captain America films. Those are my top two with Winter Soldier and Civil War. And then I've always loved Iron Man. The latter two are not the greatest, but the original Iron Man is great. And then Black Panther, another solid movie that it was almost like an origin film, but not really. Like, I almost didn't look at it like that, but they did such a good job of showing him, and that first opening scene, how they explained it so quickly with the vibranium, and
oh my gosh,
like
it was
just
amazing.
it was so good.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't even feel like a origin story, but it kind of was at the same time, and it was just good. And I love the setup that they gave going right into Avengers and how that's going to play right in.
Yeah.
You know, if you guys stayed for the post-credit scene, you see Bucky come out, you know, no arm. So yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the film. I'm glad that they didn't overhype it. I'm glad that the social statements didn't feel forced.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, everything about this film was so good and so enjoyable.
So well done.
Right, and Black Panther's always been a character that I've always enjoyed. So they did it justice. They did it so well.
Sure.
So yeah, you know, let us know what you guys think, what you like, what you didn't like. I mean, our film is subjective, so people are gonna feel differently. But I really enjoyed it. Like I said, definitely top 5 film for me of the Marvel franchise so far. And yeah, so thanks guys. Let us know what you guys think. As I said, peace.
All right, guys, thanks for watching our episode.
Yeah, if you liked our video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
And if you didn't, you can double click on the thumbs down. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and like.
Right on. And check us out on our other social media outlets at Instagram and Twitter. And please tweet us at FF Media News.
Or you can engage with us through our email at ffmedianews@gmail.com.
All right. Thanks, guys.